So hello again, and in this section I'm going to be giving a little bit more detail about the writing. As you know, there are two writing tasks that you have to complete in 60 minutes, and it's advised that you spend 20 minutes on the first task and about 40 minutes on the second. Now, the reason you need to spend more time on task 2 is simply because task 2 has more weight, carries more marks than task 1. And perhaps task 1 is easier in the sense that the kind of language you're using is a little bit more predictable, and you might have had a lot more practice in class on the kinds of techniques you'll need for that part of the test. So, in a little bit more detail, what can you expect from the written part of the test? Task 1 is, as we explained earlier, a correspondence task, and what I mean by that is that you will be given data in the form of a graph or a table or a pie chart, and then you have to transfer that data into written form. What's important here is firstly that you understand the data. Unfortunately, sometimes people misunderstand what information is being given, and as a result they will not successfully complete the task. So the kind of topics you could expect in task 1 might be reasons why people go abroad for work or study. It might be information about sales in a company. It could even be information connected to a particular process, so how something is grown or how something is manufactured. Again, you probably had lots of practice with these types of tasks in class, and the kind of language you need. Obviously, you need to be able to compare things. You need to talk about changes. Perhaps you need to be confident in describing processes and sequencing different parts of a process. So that's task 1, and then task 2, which perhaps many people find a little bit more difficult, possibly because of the unpredictability of not so much the task, what you have to do, but the actual topic. And the topics can range from basically anything. They could be topics related to the environment, learning, work, the family, education, the arts, sport, health, technology, science. And within those very broad topics, then you might be asked to discuss a particular aspect. Again, task 2, it's important that you understand the question and you do what you've been asked to do. So if you're given 2 opinions on a topic and asked to give your own opinion, then if you only discuss one side or one of the opinions, then you actually haven't done what the question is asking you to do. Just again going back to the kinds of question, we talked about this in an earlier post. It could be a statement that you have to give an opinion on. It could be the advantages and disadvantages, or it could be to examine a problem or a situation and then perhaps talk about some possible consequences or present some solutions to that. Within the writing, within the 60 minutes, it's important that you spend some time reading what you have written. Obviously, this is to try and correct your mistakes, but also to make sure that every sentence or the paragraphs are organised and the reader can follow your message.